Hello, my name's CJ, and today I'd like to talk about the Benchmade 5370 FE Shootout. This is my most anticipated knife of 2022, especially considering I love OTF autos. So I'm very excited. I like to talk about it, what we know, what we don't know, and my concerns for the knife. Let's get right into it. The Benchmade Shootout is a dual-action auto OTF knife with a blade length of 3.5 inches, a handle length of 4.7 inches, and an overall open length of 8.4 inches. The blade steel is CMP crew wear, and the handles are made out of CF Elite, which is Benchmade's carbon fiber nylon plastic compound. The Shootout has a blade width of 2.5 millimeters thick. It is made out of CMP crew wear steel. This stuff is very tough, it'll take a beating, and it will keep an edge very well. You'll be able to cut that can and still slice a tomato. Now, because it is made out of CMP crew wear, it is a little more likely to rust than, let's say, S90V steel. So, Benchmade has covered this blade in a tan earth tone PVD coating to help prevent any form of rusting. The handles on this knife are going to be made out of CF Elite, which is Benchmade's carbon fiber nylon plastic mix. The advantage to this is that this knife is only going to weigh 2.8 ounces compared to the Infidel coming in at 4.8 ounces. This knife is going to be light. Now, this brings me to my first concern for the knife. Being that the handles are plastic, how tough are they? How much of a beating can they take? Can I just accidentally drop it out of my pocket onto concrete and it be fine? Will the carbon fiber nylon plastic crack? I don't know. Only time will tell. Part of me wants to stress test the knife and just chuck it at the ground and see what happens. But considering the knife is $300, I probably won't be doing that. Now, the knife coming in at $300 is actually a price cut compared to other OTF knives at Benchmade, the cheapest being the Phaeton coming in at MSRP of $400. This is actually, in quotes, a budget knife compared to the other OTFs at Benchmade. Last but not least on the knife, it has a carbide tipped glass breaker. Obviously, this thing will break glass. What more could you want from a pocket knife? This thing is great. It is cool looking, gives me like Batman the Dark Knight vibes with the goldish bronze colored lever switch and the tan and black mixed together. Looks very cool. Now I'd like to talk about what I'm excited for and what I'm concerned for with the Benchmade Shootout. First off, I love OTF auto knives. They're one of my favorite types of pocket knives and they're just fun to play with. This is the Benchmade Phaeton. This thing is very nice, very light, and you could just kind of sit here and do this for a minute. Just sit there, do this for hours. Not only is it fun to use this knife, it's also practical in my opinion. First off, it's single-handed use. You can open this knife and close it with one hand. Another advantage is you don't have to pay attention to where your fingers are on the side of the handle. With a folding knife, you have to watch your fingers as the knife folds. With this, you just have to make sure your fingers are not in front of the knife and you go. The main disadvantage to OTF knives is they're not legal in every state. Here in the Northwest, knives are kind of our thing, but in California, you can't have an OTF over, I think it's 2.5 inches or 3 inches. And in Washington, you can't even own one. Make sure you know your state's laws before you try to buy an OTF. I do have some concerns for this knife. The handles are made out of plastic. The blade is pretty dang thin. Now, the first time I held this knife, it felt like plastic. So it took a minute to get used to, but the more I held it, the cooler it felt. And the action feels great. And the blade, it's made out of crew wear. That is not going to snap. But I do still have some slight concerns about the plastic handles. I would love to just chuck this thing at the ground once I get one, but considering they come in at $300 MSRP, I'm probably not going to do that. The release date for this knife is April 21st, and I can't wait to pick one up. Hopefully I'll be able to get one before they're all sold out. Maybe I'll do a stress test and beat the crap out of this knife. We'll see. If you enjoyed the video, leave a like, helps a lot. If you want to subscribe, I don't give a crap. I haven't posted in like 4 years, so this is just me having fun, talking about cool stuff that I enjoy to talk about. I'm just gonna leave. Peace out.